So what's poppin', bees? It's me, your boy Sticky Bandit here, and we're on our motorcycle going to go get some grub at one of my favorite burger places, actually. Yeah, I just got this GoPro instead of using the shitty Chinese camera that I was using before this, and I'm really liking how this thing is looking so far. Today it is a beautiful 50 degrees in Texas, and I am enjoying the weather today. We are wearing our jacket. I should have put the liner in and I didn't, so I'm feeling all this beautiful wind, this fucking cold ass wind hitting me right in the chest, right on my nipples, making them nice and hard, just like you know I like. This bike is an absolutely beautiful machine. It is a 1980 Honda CX500 custom. This bike has 21,000 miles on it for a 40-year-old bike. I think that's pretty goddamn good. These bikes, I believe, are used by the British postmen, basically. I think back in the day, because they are incredibly reliable. This thing is 40 years old. It does not leak a drop of any fluid. No oil leaks, nothing. It is a perfect bike, perfect fucking condition. It's beautiful. This motorcycle, I've been riding it for around maybe just a few thousand miles now, maybe 5,000 on it. I don't know. Not that many though. I've done a little bit of work to it. I've only changed the oil, if you can call that doing work. I've also dropped this bike myself twice. Both were low sides when I was making a right turn. It was raining and my dumbass decided to go full lean angle, which when there's water, your tires can't grip the road. They're gripping water, and then the water is wet, so it slipped. I felt the back tire slip out in the middle of both crashes. I was like, fuck my asshole, god damn it. Then on the previous owner said he never dropped the bike, but I know that's a lie. I didn't really care about it for the price. If you look right here on this gas tank, there's a dent right there. Now that dent is from the bike being dropped. It has to be. Whenever we come up to a stop, I'll show you what happens whenever I turn the handlebars to the left or to the right full lock. If I turn the handlebars to the right full lock, this bar is going to hit this part of the tank. If you notice right now, I am driving straight, but my entire fork is to the left just slightly, but the wheel is going straight, so this bike definitely has a little bit of damage to it, but honestly, I don't mind. It rides good. It's honestly purely a cosmetic issue. It doesn't affect the handling on this motorcycle. It still handles absolutely fucking beautifully. Hello, Leaf, hitting me right in the fucking face. Cool. But yeah, this bike handles absolutely beautifully, and I'm really liking it. The carburetor works beautiful, which I'm quite happy about because I hate carburetors. They're a pain in the fucking ass to work with. We'll go ahead and stop here, even though we probably could have kept going, just so I can show you about this stupid ass problem. So look, we turn left or right, it hits that. Kind of dumb, but that's how the bike is. This motorcycle holds about 2.5 gallons worth of gasoline, and it will absolutely consume every single last drop if you don't fill it up. The bike, when I bought it, had a problem. When I was going on the highway, it kept getting fuel starved, so the bike would die because it ran out of gas. So I had to look into the problem, and it turns out there was a fuel filter, inline fuel filter, that's not part of any of the normal systems on this bike. So I had to cut it out, and then I looked at it, and then it worked fine on the highway, so I knew it was the fuel filter then. So then I bought an even bigger fuel filter that was high flow and knew it wasn't full of rust, because basically this tank is full of rust. I mean, it's an old bike. It's kind of what happens. Before I bought this bike and the previous owner had the bike, apparently it sat for like 20 or 30 years, so that's why this bike, it doesn't look that clean on camera, but this thing's 40 years old, and honestly it looks really clean for a 40-year-old bike. I really do like this bike. My biggest complaints about this bike are the turn signals. These turn signals are not auto-canceling, so you have to remember to turn them off, which sometimes I don't. I look like a grandma riding a motorcycle. The horn also sucks. It doesn't work sometimes. Just straight up, I need to put a new horn on it, but honestly I don't care. Motorcycle horns are dumb anyway. They don't really do anything. You can honk your horn all day long at somebody. They're never going to notice that it's you honking your horn and not a car. For one, they're probably not going to hear the horn because it's a motorcycle horn. Two, they're definitely not going to really give a fuck, to be completely honest. They're just not going to be able to hear it, and even if you get like one of those insanely loud ones, they're not going to notice in time. Using the horn is you should never use your horn as a defensive maneuver or anything. Instead, you should just plan your shit out better. Like right here, if this guy in front of me pulled out in front of me, what do I have right now? My hand's on my front brake, right? So I'm going to be able to cover that and stop. Or I could have peeled out to the left there. You always have to have these exit paths planned out. Actually, whenever I bought this bike for the first time and I was riding it around, I bought it, the day I bought it, I'm riding it around and I'm like 20 miles away from my house because I'm fucking having a blast riding this thing. And I can't shift anymore. Like, I'm pressing down, it's not shifting down. I pull up, it's not clicking up. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Why can't I shift my motorcycle? There's a nut on the gear shift lever that was loose, and what that did is it made the spindle not line up with whenever I clicked up or down. Like, it wasn't lining up, so it wasn't pulling all the way up or all the way down, so I wasn't able to shift my gears, and I had to go home. I couldn't put it down into first, so I had to drive home in second. And this bike actually can absolutely take off in any gear, I think. Maybe not fifth gear, but I was taking off in second and third. I think I had to do it in fourth at one point so I could get the bike home. And I'm like, I'm sorry, other drivers. I know I'm driving really slow, and it's really dangerous for me to not have any low band power like that. But here is what I am going to do to the bike in probably the next 6 months. I want to completely clean every part of this bike, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to give it a normal wash. I want to put on a new master cylinder, and I want to redo all of the brake lines and all the wiring. Kind of. I want to, like, just all these wires here that you can see. I want to redo them. Maybe. I don't know. Like, obviously the starter line works fine and all the other things, but I want to put new brake lines on it. I want to redo all the brakes. I want to change the diff fluid, just basically some maintenance shit. But I also want to put, now for custom shit that I want to do to this bike, I want to get a dual disc front brake setup, so that way I don't have to worry about not being able to stop my bloody bike. I'll have all the stopping power that a man could ever need to stop his motorcycle. I want to do I don't want to put an LED headlight on this. I know that they're a lot brighter, and I know that they last longer, and there's basically, like, the only reason you wouldn't is if you want to keep the cosmetic, which is what I want to do. I don't want to be riding on my motorcycle and then completely ruin the cosmetic of this 40-year-old bike. Like, I actually just recently had to buy another headlight. I bought a headlight when I first bought the bike, and I bought another one recently because it burnt out. And I feel like an LED would just ruin the aesthetic, so I'm just going to keep buying sealed beams and keeping it OEM, because I just don't like the idea of purchasing an LED headlight on this, or LED turn signals or anything. I want to keep those kind of things completely stock because I think they look better. So yeah, one thing I want to do with this motorcycle is I want to completely put a new exhaust system in. After I do everything else, because the exhaust system honestly should come last, because, like, the exhaust system, it works right now. What doesn't work is the front brake as good as it should, and other more crucial components like replacing the diff fluid and the brake fluid. Well, part of that whole front brake system is going to be putting in some, I think I'm going to do stainless steel runs, because I like stainless steel. I think it'll look better, and I think it'll perform better as well, which is the point. And I also want to go ahead and do a little bit of I want to see about the tires, man. I don't know how these tires are. I legitimately have absolutely no idea if these tires are any good on here right now. But we will abso-fucking-lutely find out, won't we? Yeah, we will. I'll go check. Nah, the tires are good. I like these wheels, though. I really do. Like, the wheels on this motorcycle are absolutely fantastic. Whenever I clean them up and they actually look good, they look amazing. They're these black Comstack wheels. They came factory with these wheels, and they look so goddamn good. They're like, most motorcycles from this era are going to be using that spoked wheel design, which looks really good. I like it. What I really like is these are aluminum wheels, which for the time, not as many bikes were having those. So you got a lot better deal when you bought this bike in 1980. This bike also came with a front fairing, although that fairing is gone. It doesn't really exist anymore. But this bike did come with a front fairing. If you look right here, I have to put my foot on the rear brake. Right here and right here. That's our mounting points for that fairing. It did used to have a front fairing. I didn't take it off. I never had one. The previous owner didn't have it. And anyway, yeah, I would love to put the. Whoops. It's okay. I did that on purpose. I was trying to rev bomb them. But yeah, I love how the front fairing looks. I'll put a picture of it on the screen right now. And I would absolutely love to find one and put it on this bike. I think it would look great. I think it would feel nice too to have some of this wind blocked off. Saw, dude. That right there is the best part of motorcycle riding. Whenever I remember, I just completed my MSF course. I got my license and I went down to the Harley Davidson dealership. We test rode some bikes. We were having such a good fucking time. And I remember on the first test ride, the very first one, I got to do the wave. I waved to someone, they waved. Like, they were like some badass bikers too on those giant touring bikes. And they were like, they were all they had a, you know, they're all patched up and shit. I don't know what club they were in, but I didn't really look. I was too busy focusing on not crashing the nice bikes I was riding for the first time. But they were just so nice bikes, man, and it was just nice knowing that, you know, there's just we both had that one thing in common, that motorcycling, and we're just like, yo, what's up, man? And it was just really fun. I love it. I love doing it. What I don't like is when people get like online will be upset at like Harley dealers, Harley riders sometimes be like, "Ooh, they didn't wave to me. Why didn't they wave to me? They need to wave to me." No, they don't. Nobody needs waved. You shouldn't get all your satisfaction from being waved at. They might not have seen you, and if they did see you, maybe they just don't give a shit. Some people don't. And there's nothing wrong with that. Maybe they're tired. Maybe they don't want to take their hand off their handlebars. Who fucking knows? I don't know. But that's how it goes. And we are about to be at our burger destination. I love this place. I think it's right up here on the right. I think. I could be in the wrong section of this little area. I am most certain. No, I am. It's right here. Yes, I was right. Right here. Kincaids. It is an absolutely beautiful fucking destination. Honest to God, some of the best burgers that I have ever eaten have come from here. We're gonna park right up here behind this truck as soon as he moves. Alright. Oh, look, you can see myself right here in this mirror. Beautiful. Shut off our gas. Well, boys, thanks for coming along for the ride. Deuces.